Hello guys, this is Mrs. Keegan. Welcome back. It has been a long time, but I'm happy that we are together again. And as you can see today, there is something I want to talk about concerning the organisms or the creatures we see there. So when you look at them, it is a chicken. It has 4 chicks there, and you know, in most cases they are very important in a farming activity because, one, remember, there are some reasons as to why we are keeping this particular poultry or chicken over there. So in that case, we get their droppings as manure in the farm. We get their products, that is number 1. We have eggs. Number 2, we have meat. So depending on the type you are keeping them upon, it is very important that you also accord them the necessary requirements that are needed for their support. Also, when you look at that particular chicken, the mother itself, there are some principles that they are using, and those principles at times they are important in our lives because, number 1, at times we take the eggs laid by this hen. Some people can use it as food. They can sell them to earn income. Then when it is the brooding time, or when the hen becomes broody, you go to the shop, you buy eggs, you give it, and then at the same time it will lie on those eggs and it will hatch. So there is something that we have to learn through that. No matter the circumstances we come across, no matter the kinds of people we come across, we have to adjust. Number 2, even if you can take away the chicks to the other during the tender age or at an early stage, it will still accept. But to the farmer, you know the fact that those chicks do not belong to that particular hen, but it will accept back only during the tender age. So in this case also, even if people go wrong, they do us wrong, we also need to accept back, because remember, this life, we need everybody's effort so that in the end we will be successful. Also, when you talk about this particular chicken, at times we have what you call stress and vices in poultry. So when you talk of vices, those are behavior that are shown by a particular group of birds when together. So when you talk about vice, it is a behavior, and it is not good, it is bad. So under that, we have what you call the egg eating as number 1. Number 2, we have what you call cannibalism. So when we talk of egg eating, in most cases, you know it, egg eating. So birds tend to eat eggs after laying. And there are some causes and prevention measures. So in this case, in most cases, what causes egg eating is, number 1, providing insufficient laying boxes. So wherever these birds lay eggs, those eggs will be found on the floor. So they also tend to play with them, and in the process they will start pecking on those eggs and they will eat it. Number 2, that is the cause number 2, we talk of insufficient balanced diet. So remember, the eggshells have phosphorus and calcium. So if you do not provide sufficient or a balanced diet, they will tend to feed on those eggs. Number 3, at times a chicken can lay eggs, and we have what we call the cloaca. So if it fails to retrieve back on time, that is also a vice. They can still peck on the same, but that is cannibalism. So there are different ways. So wherever you see some birds behaving in a certain manner, it is also good to ask and also know the control measures so that you can be in a position to keep them safe. So when you talk of cannibalism, in most cases it is a behavior whereby these particular chicks pecks on one another, and this is caused especially when you introduce a new chick or a new hen or cock into a flock. So they see that as a foreigner, so they'll start pecking on it. So remember, that is something that in most cases it happens, so we get to know how to introduce. Number 2, when there is the presence of external parasites. So remember, when they see external parasite moving, especially on the combs, they will peck on those external parasites, and in the process it will injure or cause wounds. So remember, when there is a wound, it also opens a secondary pathway through which pathogens can enter and cause some diseases. So chicken are very important. We should keep them and accord them any necessary support, because one, I know it takes the shortest time possible to give you chicks, and you can sell the chicks, you can feed on them, then everything else that you need from them. So today, guys, that is what I wanted to share. So as human beings, we should also try as much as we can to become one, assist one another, and life will be more successful. So next time we are going to look at the signs of heat in cattle, and don't miss that. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, and also share. Love you guys. Bye. See you.